Hello, welcome to Cringey. Hello, Carly. Thank you for being on Cringey. This is a podcast because I'm terrified of being cringy and perceived on the internet, and so I did this, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the whole intro.
That's the whole shtick.
That's the whole shtick.
That's way better than what I had on my podcast.
What was yours? Tell me.
Hey, bitches. What is up, you guys? It's your girl, Carly. Welcome back to Hey Bitches Podcast. Hope you guys are having an incredible day. Today, we are talking blah, 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 blah.
That is so good.
It's my inner radio host in me.
Holy shit. Can you come do mine?
I just record your intro.
Yeah, you can just, and I'll just
Welcome
play it
to
every
Cringey.
time. They'll be like, that doesn't sound like you, Rafaela. Like, it's fine. I had a cold that day. It's different.
It's fine.
What did you do in radio?
I used to work on the German language station.
What the fuck? That's so random.
Yeah,
do you speak German?
I speak German fluently, actually.
What the fuck? I didn't know that either.
Really? I went to German school my entire life. Kindergarten to grade 12. That's how I learned. Nobody else in my family speaks German. I was a radio host at 14.
Oh my God, the questions. I have so many. Why German? That's so fucking random.
Okay, so that's actually a funny story. So when I was going to kindergarten, my mom was late on getting me the yellow bus route to the school that she originally wanted me to go to. And they didn't have any more spots or anything. So she had to go to the next closest school. And French was full. Or no, English was full and French only went up to grade 4 at the time. And they were starting the German program that year. And my mom said, I took some German classes in high school and put me in German immersion, German bilingual, as a child who had never spoken German in her life. And then I went to German school my entire life and now I speak it. Isn't that crazy?
That is so random. I was like, oh, okay, you must have a German family. I didn't fucking know that either.
Well, we are I'm half German, half Jamaican.
Okay, so that's helpful.
But nobody speaks German.
No one but you.
Correct.
That's a random ass.
Isn't that crazy?
Okay, so then you were on a German radio. That makes more sense now that you speak German. And you were like,
yes,
Guten Tag. That's Swedish.
All I remember, that is German.
Okay,
all I remember from my one ad read was, Hier kommt der Sommer. That's all I remember.
What is that?
Here comes the summer.
That was the whole thing? That was your
No, there was more. I just don't remember.
Okay, well, that was really impressive.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to say, I don't know if I need to learn German, but if I do, I'll hit you up.
Yeah.
But your other skills in life, other than speaking German, is your an influencer thing.
Sure am.
That's your, how do you identify? Like when people say, oh, what do you do? What do you say? Does it depend who you're talking to?
You know what? Not anymore. I say that I'm an influencer. I feel like there's a lot of discourse about if you're a content creator or an influencer or people who just say social media. I feel like I've been doing it for literally so long that I'm I'm an influencer. I've been doing this shit for 11 years.
And
okay,
what if they just stare at you if they're an old person and they're like,
here's the thing. I live in an entire complex of retired people. You know that. You've been to my house.
I know. I love that.
The coffee machine we were talking about earlier got misdelivered and I had to go pick it up from one of my neighbors. And she was like, and I hear you're an influencer. And I said, yes, I am. And she said, what does that mean? She said, so I'm explaining it to her. And she's like, so do you but for this coffee machine, what do you have to do? Post once, post twice? I said, you wouldn't believe it. I don't even have to post this if I don't want to. They're not paying me. She said, what? I said, yes. So, I mean, the old people are actually pretty with the shit. My neighbor is his granddaughter, I can't remember. She's 8. When I first met them, he was like, I really want you to meet my granddaughter. She wants to be an influencer when she's older. So they're pretty with the shit, honestly. I feel rarely do people give me the stare of I don't know what that means anymore now today, but
people they just go with it. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, or they'll ask me what it means and I just say, essentially I just have followers and brands pay me to showcase their product to my audience. And they go, okay.
They're like, what? That's a job? That's an amazing job.
Yeah.
How do I sign up?
Basically.
And you have to have people on the internet like you. That's a big requirement. A lot of people say, they're like, oh, how do I do it? And I'm like, first of all, I don't fucking know.
I feel it's so different now, though, than it was back then, too, even.
Okay, tell me. I want to hear your whole journey, Carly. Tell me about, because you were one of the OG.
I've lived many lives.
Influencer. You've lived up. You did German school. You have so many lives. So many lives. And tell me where you wanted to start.
Yeah, I've lived many lives. So I started off as a blogger. in high school. I had a physical blog because I was a Nexopia kid. I know you can't really tell by my appearance, but I was like a pop punk MySpace, I still am, girly. I love that genre. and it's surprising for some people. But I was like a Nexopia MySpace coder girl. I loved it. It was so interesting. And so when I was in high school, I thought I was going to go to musical theater school because I grew up a competitive dancer, singer, like all of that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to musical theater school, like get a musical theater degree. So I did that. I got rejected. And I was like, what the hell am I going to do? And so simultaneously, I'm still in high school and I'm on the cheer team. I cheered for Edmonton. I'm an ex-CFL cheerleader. I sit on the board now actually for the Canadian Football Cheerleader Alumni Organization.
Oh my God, fancy.
But I was a CFL cheerleader when I was 17. I was a legacy cheerleader because my mom was a cheerleader too. And so at the time, I was cheering and I was like, damn. So I started a blog to talk about like the transition of like going from thinking you're gonna do one thing to like figuring it out. And so the high school that I went to at the time was like the #1 leadership high school in Alberta. And we did a global initiative every year where we picked a charity, raised money, that kind of thing. So my family, when I got rejected from musical theater school, my family was like, you're actually really good at like the fundraising and the like advertising of the global initiative. Have you ever considered marketing? And I said, absolutely not. I thought I was going to musical theater school. I didn't consider anything else actually. So on a whim, I just like applied to business school and my brain was like, okay, well, it was like right when I would have graduated. So June. And so I was late to apply. I didn't know if I was going to be able to go that September type of thing. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to wait around. I'll figure it out. Like, and so I typed like, you know, online marketing or online business or something like that into Google in 2014, which gave me completely different results than it would now.
Yeah.
And they said a blog. And so I took my blog like a lot more seriously. And that's how I started. Literally just like, because Instagram came out when I was in grade 11.
It did not. It was so much earlier than that.
I graduated high school in 2014.
Same.
So it came out in 2013, I thought.
Swear I had that shit in
2012?
middle school.
No, there's no way. We had Facebook in junior high in
That's
like
not what I'm
the
thinking of.
second year.
Okay, because
I think we had Facebook in like grade 8.
Okay, because I got my license. Remember parking, like taking a picture of like, look, I parked a car.
That means you would have been in like grade 10.
16, yeah. Okay, fine, maybe. Was
20
it really grade 11 that late?
It must have been
Holy shit.
2012 at the latest.
For sure. I'm thinking like, wow, good for us for not having Instagram in middle school.
Uh-huh.
At least I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Like, damn.
Me too. But yeah, then I started a blog and then it kind of just all snowballed from there. Like I started, because I was like a blogger at the time, there were so many bloggers who were turning into into Instagram people. And that was like the rise of the Instagram husband era, like where you would see like all the girls travel to Italy and their husbands would be all their photographers and stuff like that. And it was so unrealistic, but I was like, wow, but that was just the era of Instagram at the time. And I was like, I could do that. So then I started on Instagram. And then as I went through school, I did like a whole bunch of stuff, unsurprisingly. I like bullied in university, you know, like your first week where the bars that are by your school come in and they like are like, we have a party bus from here. Yes. I like bullied the person there into like getting an internship at the bar.
Good for you.
And I was like, well, this is my first day too. I'm in the business program. My major is marketing. I haven't taken a single marketing class.
What school did you go to?
McEwen.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
But I bullied them into it and I did like their social. I did flyering. I also booked some of their celebrity guests and stuff like that, like for bar appearances. And then I got a real job after that. My major was marketing and my minor was sports and nutrition in my like second year. Now, mind you, I still haven't taken a marketing class at this point because your first like year is just
nothing.
Bullshit.
Yeah, totally.
I don't even think you can like take like your specialized classes until like your second or third year. Like I was taking like Econ 101.
Yeah.
There was no,
yeah,
you know,
the random English.
Literally like, yeah, English, like intro to English type thing. Like that's like what I was taking. But My minor was sports and nutrition because I had just left cheering in the CFL, and I was like, but I love it. I was always really interested in sports, really interested in like marketing, and I said, okay, sports marketing, that's where I could go. Then I got a job working in parkour. Which is so surprising. I told you I lived a lot of lives.
What? You and Sarah Dickey. Every time she talks to me, it's like, I'm sorry, how many lives have you lived? It's insane.
1,000%.
So same as you.
Yep.
Okay, I'm on my first life, so I have to catch up.
Yeah, no, so I worked in parkour for a little bit. And
I worked in parkour. Like, what a random thing to say.
Well, my boss at the time was the #1 parkour athlete in the world. And he has like a few gyms in the city and stuff still, but I was his assistant. And
like personal assistant, like let me go pick up your dry cleaning.
More in the business,
okay,
but like I guess maybe if you needed it. But I worked in parkour, and we went to LA Fit Expo one year. I think it was 2017, and this was before all of the fitness influencers were like transparent online. So we went. We all stayed in a house. I met like all of the famous fitness people at the time, like. I'm trying to even think. It's so like not my shit anymore. I really don't care. Like Christian Guzman, he was big at the time. Buff Bunny, do you know who she is?
Yeah, I heard it. I don't follow these people, but
I'm trying to think of who else. Anyways, like those types of people.
Were they nice in real life? Did you like them? Did they suck?
Buff Bunny was really nice. Okay, she was really nice. Everybody else though, I was kind of like, oh, y'all are doing one thing on the internet and one thing out the camera, because that I was like, oh. And that was the moment where I realized I didn't want to be in sports and fitness and nutrition, because I was like, I don't like it. Like, it just, the vibes were bad. Like, just how much everybody cared so much about it to like a toxic point, or like would say one thing on the internet and act completely different. And like, I just did not like that. And so then I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to do? I think I'd started YouTube shortly after that.
Yeah, because YouTube, I swear I watched the evolution of dance in grade 5. So I feel like YouTube came out.
YouTube has been around for a long time.
So I'm like, I don't even know how that. But were there YouTubers, or was it just like, here's this random video of a cat?
No, there was YouTubers like OGs, like J Loves Mac, OG Makeup Girl. I'm trying to think. Jenna Marbles.
Classic.
Yep.
Classic. Yeah. Okay. So that's when you kind of got into the YouTube.
I was always a YouTube girl. Like I had the watch later playlist going. I would do my makeup with YouTube in the background. I still do that shit. But after I left sports, I was like, what am I gonna do? And I was like, I really like social, and it hadn't like super taken off, but there was definitely like Instagram models. They were called at the time, not influencers.
I remember when people used to say Instagram models.
Yes.
So funny.
So there were Instagram models at the time. I said, this is cool and fun. And so I like kind of got more into that world and did more YouTube and that kind of thing. And then I got a job at West Ed. I ran the social media at West Edmonton Mall.
I knew that one.
Yeah, for a while. While I was finishing university. I actually dropped out for like 9 months, which is hyper specific. I was not pregnant.
That is very
I know,
specific.
but that's just 2 semesters.
You're right. Yeah, you're like.
Whenever I say it, people are a little bit like, oh. Nah, it's just 2 semesters.
Yeah.
9 months is just 2 semesters. So I dropped out for a year because I was like, I don't need college. And then I was like, okay, this is bullshit. I literally had like a college fund. I was like, let me go back. I don't, what the fuck am I doing? Like, stupid. I actually, to this day, I'm like, if you have the means and the money and the opportunity, go to university, go to college. I don't care how many YouTuber, influencer, guru people are saying, you don't need university. If you have the option and you have the money and you have the means, why not?
I think that's a good distinction, though. It's like, you know, not like putting yourself in debt. You know,
1,000%.
it's like, if you have the means and the ability and capacity, like go, like learning, you're never going to regret learning stuff. No matter what you're learning, you're still going to know more about the world around you. And like, yeah, it can't hurt.
Exactly.
Right.
So I said, I'm stop being a dumb bitch. And I went back to university. And in my last semester, I worked for a real estate company. as their marketing coordinator. So still pretty
Mhm.
aligned.
Yeah.
And I lost that job in,
Like they fired you?
yes,
What'd you do?
I don't know.
Okay. That's fine.
They let me go, and I was like, damn. And then I had already had a trip to New York Fashion Week booked.
Like you were paying for yourself, or did you get it
Yep.
sponsored?
No.
Damn. Good
I was
for
paying
you.
my way. Me and my best friend Nikki and our other friends were all going. My first time, one of my other friends' second time. And I was like, damn, I just lost my job. But also simultaneously, so that was February of 2020 that I went to New York Fashion Week. In December of 2019 is when, I guess I skipped entirely over the part where at some point when I lost my job at West Ed, I got a TikTok.
Okay.
Which was 2019-ish. So 2019.
So you jumped on like just before like COVID.
Yeah, basically.
Like you were already like kind of like happening on TikTok before COVID? Okay.
Sort of, but like barely.
Yeah.
Because
okay.
also too, I have a sister. She's 10 years younger than me. So
didn't
she
know.
was very much on it. Like this is when before it was really TikTok. It was Musical.ly. I said, okay, let me download the app. So I download the app and I post, I think, once in the summer and then like not again until like October, November. And December, I have my first viral video. It hits 1 million views and I get like
Holy shit.
50,000 followers like overnight or something like that.
Did you shit yourself?
I was like, this is crazy. Like, it was actually crazy. I remember I still had the job that I was working, being like, what the hell is happening? And then by January, I think I had 100K on TikTok.
Oh my God.
It was crazy. And so by the time that I was let go, I was like, okay, I think I could make it work. I think I had like 15K on Instagram, maybe 12, something like that. And I think by the time I went to Fashion Week, I had 130K on TikTok. And I said, I can do it. So we went, did a whole bunch of really cool things, Fashion Week, whatever. I got a tattoo on my last day of New York Fashion Week. It's the number 10,000. And I was like, I feel like I've put in my 10,000 hours. Mind you, this is what, 2019? I've been doing this for 5 years at that point on like different platforms and stuff. I said, I feel like I've put in my 10,000 hours. I feel like I've done it. I'm going to get this tattoo and I'm never going to have to go back to another job again. And then I didn't have to. It's been 6 years. 5 years. 5 years since I got that tattoo and since I have now been a full-time content creator. And I came home and I didn't make any money. I live with my family, thank God. But I didn't make any money for months. And then I remember I made triple my corporate salary in the last 5 months of the year.
How did you go from like, okay, literally nothing to like, boom? And did you feel like ever terrified? Did you ever doubt yourself? Or you're like, no, I got this. This is fine. Like, what was your what was in your head during all of that?
I don't think I felt terrified for a couple of reasons. One, like I lived with my mom. I didn't have bills.
Nice.
I think that's a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was just so excited to like see it happen and see everything come together that I don't think at any point I was terrified. I think that like it's funny because I think I'm a little bit more scared to be like cringy or whatever now than I was back then. Even though
what?
I don't know. I think that it comes from being a creator for so long and things are so different now and like feeling like, oh, like I did it this way for so long and it worked out for me and like it got me to where I am now, but like why can't I figure out the next step or the next iteration of it? It's kind of where I struggle with it, but I did not give a fuck back then. I didn't care because one, I was in my house. We were all in our houses, locked away. Who was I going to see? Somebody was going to say something mean to me on the internet. I'm blocking them. I'm deleting the comment. Like, we were all trapped in our house.
And there was like no expectations of like
none.
This is what a TikToker is.
Exactly.
You have to do this. Like you're kind of like creating.
And
your
none
own
of my
script.
friends were on TikTok.
Yeah.
Right? I was so early. Like nobody got on there.
So then you're fresh. It's not even like, oh, all my high school friends are watching me. It's
literally. And I'd already had by that point too, by the end of 2020, I think I had close to 200K. And so then I was like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna say about me? I got 200K on this app, please. So yeah, I was just figuring it out. Like, I really had no strategy. I was just posting and posting and posting. That really was the strategy. Obviously, I was a dancer. So at the time, TikTok was very dance focused. And I think that helped me a lot because it's not like that now at all. And yeah, I was just posting and posting and posting. And then brands started paying me. And then I remember December 2020, I had my first ever 5-figure brand deal from Sport Check for Christmas. They paid me 20 grand. And I said,
what were the deliverables?
I don't even remember.
I was like, I don't even know if you're allowed to tell
remember.
me, but
They also hired, I got to hire my own photographer, which was one of my friends, and they paid his whole entire fee outside of my own fee.
Beautiful.
And that actually also too was one of my best moments, one of my all-time pettiest moments, because they also, so I got fired from West Ed in like a very like backhanded way. And I said, y'all will rue the motherfucking day. Like, so I did my Sport Check deal, and part of it was for like physical advertising, and they put me in Sport Check, and they put me on one of those banners that hang in the mall. And I said, I hope y'all get to see my face every day. I hope you get to see it every day. And that was my moment. That's where I was like, you know what? I'm never going back. I'm never going back.
After that, you're
Right.
like, it's like the biggest fuck you.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly. That was my moment.
Oh my
now,
God.
I've chilled out a lot, but that was a moment for me.
Okay, so things were happening. So what's different today? Because I know you've said everything's so different. Even TikTok, all these platforms are changing. They're all trying to compete against each other. They don't give a shit about us. They're like, oh, what can we make more money from?
Yeah.
Like, what do our stakeholders want?
I think like it's just so different because, and everybody always says this, but like everybody's an influencer. Everybody's a content creator, which is great. Like, it just means there's always going to be more money and more opportunity. Like, there really is, even if it feels like there isn't. But like, I feel like because of that, me just setting up my phone and like dancing content, I feel like doesn't cut it anymore. I feel like there's a lot of pressure to do like the edits and the all of that, and I can do it. I feel like we had this conversation too about my podcast. I can do it.
We're gonna have the conversation again. It's fine.
Okay. I can do it. I can do the editing. I can do the whatever. I have the means. I have the equipment. I have the everything. I can do it. I don't want to. I don't want to have to do squiggly editing text on my screen. I don't want to have to do that. Like, I don't. And I feel really lucky because I actually don't think I have to. My audience does not give a fuck. That's not why they follow me. That's not why they like watch my content, which is really great. I think that comes with being kind of like an OG or like being around for so long that people have got to see me throughout so many different iterations of my life. Like, there are people who have followed me from when I was crying in the parking lot of my 9-to-5 type of thing, who got to see me like buy a house, which is crazy.
That's so cool.
But I think there's a lot of pressure. It's so funny because I think that so many people want like relatable, everyday, whatever content, but they want it like in high quality. They don't want it. They don't want it like they're doing it. They want it the slightly romanticized version, but not romanticized too much.
Like, I want like your panic attack in like 4K.
Yeah, but then edited.
Yeah.
With like moving elements on the screen and that kind of thing. And I'm just like, damn. Like, what? Can we just not like show up anymore? Can we not just?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to like. I'm already, and this is like, not even to eat my own ass. Like, I am already really good at what I do in terms of filming, and that's not even mine. That's from Jen. Jen says that. I'm really good at the filming, at the editing. Before I started dating women, my last ex-boyfriend was a drone cinematographer. So he used to shoot like Hollywood movies. He shot X-Men. And he taught me how to edit. He taught me how to shoot for the edit. He taught me all of that, taught me like the videography of it all. I have the skills. I could do it. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to do that.
But that's I think like valid.
1,000%.
So it's like, yeah, like, where do you fit in then, right? You're like, okay, I could jump through all these hoops that you want me to jump through. I don't want to. That's not like authentic to me.
Yep.
Yeah, where does that leave you?
where does it leave you? It leaves you in mental anguish, I will say, because I actually think this week has been the week where I've been like, I can do whatever I want. Like, I can do whatever I want. And I felt that way too. 2022 was my busiest year work-wise. And I felt like I was like at my desk. I've always kind of worked 9 to 3. I haven't worked like a full 8 hours in a really long time, but I would be at my desk 9 to 3 doing something every single Monday through Friday in 2020, probably into 2023. And I've been feeling like a lot of guilt lately about not working as much recently. And I'm like, a lot of the time I'm like, I feel like I should be doing more. I feel like I should be posting more. I feel like I should be whatever. But then I built that coffee bar randomly. And I was like, this is so fun. Like, my job literally lets me say, fuck it, I'm going to build this coffee bar. And that's what I'd rather do. You know, I don't want to like make stuff up to work so I can sit at my desk. Like, I think that I have been feeling a lot of pressure because of like the way that social media is turning to be at my desk and brainstorm and create content. And like, even like our mutual friend Jen, like, she posts 1,000 trial reels a day, and I feel like, damn, should I be doing that? Because she's growing off the charts. And I'm like, that's so cool. I can't fucking do it. Like, and then I feel some type of way about like, why can't I do it? Why can't I do it? But then I'm also like, I don't have to. I'm getting deals. The people are working with me. My management team is great. Like, I'm having so many recurring opportunities. I'm going on trips. I'm doing it. It's fine. I don't have to chain myself to my desk to make it like seem like I'm working type of thing. You know what I mean?
And like, who are you proving that to? Like,
exactly.
is it yourself?
It's my like internal corporate girly inside of me.
Being like, okay, I'm not trying hard enough. Is it like, do you look at your life and say like, oh, I'm not where I want to be yet, so I need to be on that desk? Or
completely opposite, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in this last like couple years, I felt like I'm in like the limbo zone because I did the thing that every therapist warns you not to do. Like, I bought the house, I bought a car, I did those things, and now I'm like, what do I do next? What do I do next? And that's something that I actually talked to my therapist about, is like enjoying where you are versus your destination, because you'll never be happy when you hit those things. And I'm like, I bought a house at 26. That's fucking crazy. Like, hello.
Did you feel proud of that? Like,
of
did you?
Course.
Okay, great.
And I love my house. You know this.
No, your house is awesome.
You know, I love like
Yeah.
my house. I love like the renovations, learning the new skills. Like, it's so fun. I've turned into like a freaking housewife. Like, I am baking cream cheese from scratch. Like, I'm doing all that. Like, I love it. I'm having so much fun. I love the opportunity that owning my home has given me. I bought a new car last year. I love that. I love it so much. Like, I've achieved all these things, and I'm really grateful for them. But then I also feel like, what's next? And I feel like lately I've been finally taking a step back and being like, the next really is like enjoying the fact that I can build a coffee bar on a Wednesday afternoon, you know?
Yeah.
And then I still got work done. I still worked. I just like got to the point where I was like, it doesn't have to be, I don't have to sit down and be like, I need to film 5 reels right now. Like, I can work in the coffee bar and then sit down and work at, 11:17, and then work some more on the coffee bar. And then, 3 p.m. I can be like, all right, here's this. Like, I don't have to do that. And I think because I've been an influencer for so long, so much of it also comes from when people were like, that's not a real job. That's not a blah, blah, blah. And then I had to be like, I'm changing my desk 9 to 3, do these things. And now I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm trying to be like, I don't give a fuck. And I think it's coming, but it was like literally like a realization I've had this week that was like, I have worked so hard into this point to live this life that like, I don't need to fill it with stuff that I think or other people think I should be doing.
Yeah, like society tells us like, hey, this is what success is, or this is how you prove to the world that you're hustling, that you're a hard worker, you're not lazy, or But I love the freedom of working for yourself, being self-employed. You're like, I can go golfing on a Friday morning. I can go to Costco on a Wednesday, like middle of the day. Like, I think that's beautiful. And I really relate to like, okay, how do you appreciate like what you have now? Not just appreciate, but maybe like, okay, like, yeah, did I make it? What am I like striving for more? Because I feel like you're like in hustle, at least for me, I'm like, I'm in hustle mode. Okay, make that content, do that thing. And you're like, do we just hustle forever until we die?
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah, literally. I think about that all the time. I think like dating my girlfriend has been very eye-opening to it because a few days ago she said like my dream is not to work. And I was like, me personally, I know that I couldn't not work, like not do my current job.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Like if somebody turned around and said, "You want to be a housewife?" I couldn't do it because I'd be like, I don't what am I going to do all day? Like the building the coffee bar and cooking is fun because it's like a hobby. It's not like an expectancy, but she said that and I was like, I need to enjoy my life more like that. Like I thought about it too and I said, what if in the future stay-at-home wife, like, and then we're both at home, but I'm still like doing my job. I'm still doing that work, but then I just have to sit back and enjoy it, like we did today, right? I technically could be submitting stuff probably or reading my emails, but we went golfing and that was sick, you know? And that's because I have a cool job that I like that's flexible and fun and like allows me to do that. And I think that was a moment where I was really like, okay, let me, take a step back and be like, that is the job that I have that allows me to do that. I don't have to strive for more if I don't want to. I don't need more than this,
No, totally. And like, you've been in this game for so long that like, how do you ever have like trouble separating yourself as a person from the Carly on the internet, from your socials, from your public, I won't say public persona, if that's like, you're just authentically you and people get to see that, but, or is that okay? Have you just like accepted? Yeah. Like people, like I let people into my world. I don't know. What do you think?
I always say I'm the same bitch offline that I am online.
Perfect.
And I think it's pretty accurate. I think anybody who knows me in real life knows that I'm pretty much the same exact person online. And I think for a long time, people were like, just generally about influencers, like, oh, they're one way on the internet, one way like in person type of thing. But like, I don't have an online persona. And I think that's actually a big reason why people like me is I am the person that I am. And that's how it's going to be. And that's what I'm showing up on the internet as. And I've always had the mindset of like, if you do not like it here, if you do not like me, if you don't like what I'm saying or what I'm doing, you don't have to follow me. You don't have to be here. The right people will come to you and the wrong people will leave. And I've always had that mindset. And I think that it's really apparent through the social that I do, the way that I speak, like the, everything that I say, what I share, like the times that I meet people in, the wild outside my house. I think that it's just like that. I don't struggle with that because I know that I'm the same person. And I think that's honestly kind of great because that means I'm never exhausted by my job in that way because I don't have to pretend.
I mean, that's so important. Because I mean, I'm sure you've met so many people that you're like, oh my God. And you're like, oh my God, you are not. Oh, that was an act. The way you act on the internet is not who is standing in front of me right now. I don't know. It's a mind fuck for me. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought we were all just being real out here. And apparently not.
Yeah. It's crazy, especially as somebody who is in the States like a lot and meets for like a lot of those influencer events. And I lived in LA very briefly and like some of it's crazy, but some of it I actually will say from traveling so much and like being with other American influencers, I have really great American influencer friends, but I think it's because I'm Canadian. So it's really easy to like pick out the people who are like genuine because then they go to things and they introduce me to their friends or like people they know and I'm like, what the hell? Like I have so many friends that like I have this one friend, his name is Asante, he's great. We met at the YouTube Black History Month party like in 2021 and he
Where? Toronto?
In LA. In LA. And when he got his apartment, he lived in San Diego at the time when he got in his apartment in LA, he said, I want to invite you to my housewarming, da, 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 da. And I think that's like so fun because a lot of the time the like LA influencer scene specifically is so not like that. So like one way to the camera, one way behind it. And I feel like I've been really lucky to have friends and like colleagues who are not like that at all. And I think that like that comes down to like the like attracts like type of thing, which I think also comes back to the fact that like I think my audience likes me because I'm the same person offline that I am online.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right. People can tell you're like, okay, they're authentic. Like, they're not trying to like pull one over on me.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally value that. That's what I care about. I'm like, great, you're a real human, like openly sharing your life, and that's amazing. And so with everything that's like changed on social media, if people are interested in doing this shit, do you have any, I don't know, advice or like, okay, this is like, if I just start over today, this is what I would do, or this is how I'd navigate it?
I mean, it's so hard because I feel behind on like the things that are happening today. I think from an outsider perspective, I would say refine those editing skills, those like text on screen, those types of things, because that's what's working right now.
God, really?
To me, like the transitions or the like trending audio or like the fun editing on screen, like I think that's really is what is popping up right now. I think you got to be so comfortable with talking to the camera and revealing your personality early if you're just starting, because I think a lot of people are moving away from the curated trendy, transition-y, like high quality type of content. We like go through cycles of this all of the time on social media. I think we're moving away from that into the like more cozy homebody, like real person shows up and talks. Like I feel like there's so many more TikTok videos specifically that are like 3 minutes long. And they like do so well because people just want to like hear somebody else yap. And I think that if you're scared to show up and talk, and you can, I feel like if you don't want to show up and talk, you have to be really good at the visuals, be really good at
like
the editing, really
that.
good at the and if you do, maybe you don't have to do as much of that. You can do more, you know, quote unquote low effort content, where it's just some text on screen or whatever, because you're revealing your personality in that way type of thing. And I think also too, like you really have to decide, do you want to be idealistic content? Like that's where I see the like Pilates girls and the transitions in the like 9 a.m. morning routine, and it's all transitions or like the edits coming in from everywhere. Like that's like aspirational, inspirational kind of content to me. Or do you want to be relatable, everyday, that kind of thing? And that's kind of where I feel like I am in on the spectrum, is like I don't necessarily think that my content is super relatable anymore 100%. Like I think it still is, but like I'm also in a different stage in my life, and I've had different opportunities than a lot of people, and I think it kind of, they meet in the middle of like relatable and aspirational.
Has that changed your audience shift from like
No.
as you've like gained more opportunities, or
no? I think it's because I just haven't been like a shitty person. So they're like, wow, this is so good for you.
Right, they're like happy for you.
Exactly.
They're not like, oh my God.
They're not like, oh, you've changed so much. Like,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And that's really cool. I mean, I worry about that. I'm like, oh my gosh, what if things actually work out for me and then people don't like me because they're like, look at her, unrelatable. She's happy or something. And then I'm terrified. See, I have so much like anxiety and fear inside of me. So when I'm like, you're so confident and chill, and I love that, and I don't know how to embody that.
Well, the thing is I have anxiety too. We just have different anxiety. Because my anxiety is all related to my job, which is therefore related to my identity.
Yeah.
And that's where I really struggle, is like, if I didn't do my job, what would I do? Because my job is about me and I'm about my job. Like my job is me and I'm my job, you know?
Yeah, like if social media just went kapoof tomorrow,
I would be fine. Like I know I would be fine, but also too, like I talk about this in therapy a lot, about like disconnecting the two, the job and myself. And I'm like, I can't. And it's not in a bad way. It's that like literally my job is to show my life. And I'm not going to be like, well, I only show this part of my life as part of my job. Like I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like when I went through my breakup, when I went through the people knew. The people knew.
That's true.
And you know what? I have no qualms sharing any of that information. But then when I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I feel like I'm not getting deals or not whatever, it's not, my brain can't be like, oh, it's the season, it's the job. My brain is like, you suck, you're a failure, because my job is myself.
Okay, so you do like internalize that as
Sometimes, for sure.
How do you get through that when you're telling yourself that and you're like, they don't want to work with me because I suck, my followers don't like me, no one I'm shit at all of this.
Yeah, it was hard. I think that was my entire mindset the entirety of 2024, but I went through hell in 2024. Literally January 1st, I woke up, I had my identity stolen. Do you remember that?
No?
Yeah.
What?
January 1st, I had my identity and $47,000 stolen from me.
I'm sorry.
How did you not? I shared about it immediately.
I'm like, you saying 47,000 makes me think, okay, that sounds familiar. What?
Yeah, somebody stole my identity and somehow got like a bank teller at the bank that I bank at to verify it was me physically in person.
Oh my
Gave them
God.
a new card, let them like deposit a check that they somehow got in and took money. They somehow got let into my business bank account, which is where they sold most of the money for my, like, when I was going to pay my taxes. All of this, I got it all back. It was cool, but yeah, January 1st, I went to check if my bills were paid, and they said, the money's gone at least somewhere. Yeah, I had $47,000 stolen from me and my identity on January 1st, and that set the tone, because 2024 just absolutely kicked me in the teeth at every single opportunity. And so to answer your question, I feel like most of the time it's not super bad, so I can like be like, okay, you just need a nap, you need to do something else, you need to like do something fun that makes you feel good. All of 2024, I was just going through hell. And I literally, like, my friends and I had to stop saying like, can't get any worse, because it would just get worse. It would just get worse.
Like, stop.
It would just get worse. So sometimes it just needs to get worse, and that's just how it is. But most of the time I can be like, okay, like, let me take a step back. Let me, like, you know, talk to my girlfriend or my friends, or like be really open and honest with my team about how I'm feeling, and like take that time to like do something I like and then call it a day. Because then most of the time it won't like come back afterwards. But 2024 was rough.
But then 2025, like, then you get signed to like your new agency.
Yes, 2025
right?
has been so good to me so far, but Lord.
But the really cool thing is, like, it shows you that you can handle everything, right? You can handle
I
your
don't want to
identities.
handle it again. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again.
That's fair. I don't wish that upon you. I do not wish that upon you. I guess it's like, maybe it's reassuring for me, being like, okay, if I can handle
Absolutely.
the absolute worst, and hopefully everything is like, you know, going up from here, but at least I know, like, oh, I could survive that, and I can come back from it, and I can keep doing my thing. And even just seeing like the longevity you've had since like blogger days.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I can't even believe that. I can't even believe it sometimes. Like,
If you weren't doing this, what would you do?
I'd probably just work in social.
I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's all, that's
probably
what you did
would.
before. Anyway.
That's what I did before. Yeah, literally.
like,
So I just probably work on the corporate side again.
that's
Although
fair.
now that I'm like older and I've been doing a lot more stuff, I really have thought about like going to culinary school or becoming an interior designer, or like, what would I do if I went into the trades? Like, I think I would do like carpentry, but specifically I'd want to do like woodworking as like a lost skill, like, because carpenters these days, everything's made of like steel and shit. I want to learn how to like whittle.
I just
1,000%. Yeah.
I love that.
So
I
I
want
think
something not very useful to do.
Well, exactly. I mean, my minor is business law, legal business studies.
Why?
I
I thought you did sports marketing, and then okay.
I graduated with
Yeah.
a major in marketing, a bachelor of commerce with a major in marketing, and a minor in legal business studies.
Got you.
And my emphasis was intellectual property law, which I use every single day in my job. But I also, for the longest time, wanted to be a lawyer. I might still be a lawyer.
I love
The
that.
thing is I don't want to be a lawyer. I want to go to law school. I want to be a legal professional. I don't want to be a practicing lawyer. And then I'm like, well, what's the point of me spending so much money and going to law school for 4 years if I don't want to work at a firm? I don't want to be a lawyer. Ideally, with my law degree, I would go and work in the legal department at an agency, like a PR agency, an influencer agency, whatever. That's what I'm interested in. And my aunt, she's a provincial court judge, was on my ass this Christmas. Oh my God. She said, when are you going to go to law school? I don't know. Which is funny because she has 2 twin daughters, and her one twin daughter is like in marketing. She works for like Michelin. And the other one is a doctor, but my mom is a medical professional. So I said, oh, okay, so we just switched around. But she said, so when are you gonna go to law school? And I said, I don't know. And then she gave me a whole spiel about how like it would make a lot of sense for me right now because I have this industry experience, and there's not a lot of law like experience or anything right now for this industry. So I would be in the best position to go to law school, become a lawyer, specifically like an influencer lawyer, basically, right now. And I'm like, I get it. And she'd write me my reference letter and all that and whatever, and I get it. But I don't know if I'm there.
So it's like the part of you like searching, like, okay, what's your identity evolving into? Are you like Carly the Whittler? Are you the, the lawyer all of a sudden? Because like, as you said, like, I don't want to be like a lawyer. I want to like do my thing. And yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've already lived 1,000 lives. I can live 1,000 more. Like I could do anything, really. Like, and that's how I feel about it. I told myself before I turned 30, though, I would write my LSAT. So I guess I have to start studying for that now because I just turned 29. So
29.
Gotta write my LSAT.
I don't like 29. It's like you're on the edge of the cliff. It's like you're not yet 30, but you're so fucking close.
You're so close. So close. Especially my girlfriend's 27. And
a baby.
She takes the opportunity at every moment to tell me I'm 29.
You're like, fuck off.
I've only been 29 for like a week. She's been 27 for like 24 hours.
Aw, you guys are so sweet.
Thank you.
Okay, Daniel told me we have to wrap it up, but if you could tell something, I mean, you have a fucking internet presence. You don't need me to give you opportunity. What would you say to people that are terrified of being cringy or terrified of maybe exploring their dreams? Like, what's my family gonna say? What's my high school friends gonna say?
You can never be successful if you're not willing to be cringy. Like, I fully believe that. Because unless you're born into a high status, wealthy family where you can be all, and it doesn't matter because you will get the job that you want and have the opportunities that you want because of that. If you cannot put yourself out there for your dreams, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're telling yourself that what you desire, what your dreams are not actually worth enough to follow. I actually saw a really good analogy about this that's like, if you were working a job and your boss told you to take out the garbage, you would take out the garbage. If you were working at a job where you had to serve tables, you would serve the table. So why are you telling yourself you're going to start a YouTube channel on Friday and not showing up? It's because you don't respect yourself. And I was like, ow, damn, because I feel that way.
Shit.
I feel that way too. But yeah, so I think to wrap it back up to the answer is like, you have to be willing to be cringy. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to respect yourself and your dreams, because if that's truly what you want, you just got to do it. You have to push past it. There's so many ways to cope with it and do those things, but like, you have to do it, because if you don't, you're disrespecting yourself, your dreams, and everything in between. And if that is something that you can look at yourself and be like, I'm good with that, then it doesn't matter. But if you don't want to be disrespectful to your own self and your own dreams, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to work past it, because the biggest thing is like the quote that's like, what if I fail? But like, what if you fly? Because literally, what if you fly? You know?
I'm also terrified of succeeding. I need to talk about that in therapy.
Oh, well.
That's a whole other thing.
That, that might poke some holes in my argument, but I'm not a professional.
So. It's okay. I'm pretty like mentally fucked up, so that's someone else's problem. Mostly Bright's problem. Sorry, Bright.
I get that.
Thank you for being here, my friend, and talking about all the things. And you're welcome back anytime.
Thanks for having me.
I want to be on your podcast
I can talk
next.
forever. I can talk for days.
We'll do your podcast next.
Well,
whenever
I don't know
if you ever open up shop. If you ever open up shop, we don't have to.
Well, we'll see. I think about it all the time. We'll see.
Okay.